So gremlins, I have decided that I want to figure out what my fursona would be and draw it. I haven't spent a lot of time in furry communities online, but as an artist I am often adjacent to them, and I think that this will be fun. For those of you who don't know, a fursona is an anthropomorphic animal that represents you as a person, or as an OC you often draw. Some people will also dress as their fursonas, but making a fursuit is a lot more skill and resources than I have at the moment, so for now my fursona will only exist in the realm of art. The first step was what species would I be, and right away I ran into a dilemma because there are a few different animals I could think of. Primarily I associate with cats and frogs, but I also wear antlers all the time, so deer are also visually related to the way I present. I decided not to try to make a cat fursona because cats are a really common animal to use and I wanted to be a little more unique. However, I couldn't choose between frog and deer, so I sketched a concept for both, and took it to a group chat of my friends to get help. The group chat pretty much unanimously agreed that the frog was the option more like me, and while I like the deersona concept I came up with, I have to agree. I was also given the brilliant idea that I could simply give the frog antlers, since antlers were the part of the deer that drew me in anyway, and fursonas don't have to be one literal species. Plus, among this group of friends, and in life in general, I started to be referred to as the creature, so having a more amalgamated creature as a sona actually fits me really well. Now knowing that the base of my fursona at least would be a frog, I started my sketching over to really nail down the best concept, as well as to give myself space to draw a few different outfits. Should I call it a fursona if it's a frog? I'm not sure what else works. Scaly, the term used for reptilian furries, doesn't really work, and skinsona, which is what frogs actually have, sounds cursed as hell. For now, I'll just call it a frogsona. Anthropomorphizing a frog is a little trickier than a mammal, partly because there are less examples to base my art on. I did my best though, and I'm pretty proud of the result. It seems viable to cosplay when I eventually have the money, and it looks appropriately frog-like, with large eyes, a round head, and big frog fingers and toes. Frogs are technically plantigrade, but I made the sona a little digitigrade because frog legs look very weird, and digitigrade is a good way to make legs look more creature-like. With the frog body sketched, I started figuring out how to add antlers, and realized that, because of the eye placement, adding antlers directly on top of the head looks a little awkward. Instead, I gave the frog a large toadstool hat with antlers poking out through it, which adds another aspect of my common design motifs, mushrooms. Finally, I added insect wings, because I really identify with fae creatures, and this fursona deserves to be a fae as well. And it adds to the amalgamation of creatures vibe I'm going for. With the base design worked out, I started on the rest of the character sheet. Next up was drawing a side profile, smaller than the main reference, but useful for both future art prospects and future fursuit designs. I had to figure out exactly how a mushroom hat would sit on a round head with eyes at the top, but I think I figured something out that doesn't look too off balance. I should also mention now that this frogsona is named Moss, and they use they/them pronouns, just like I do. The final piece of the main reference was a sketch of Moss's head up close, mouth open this time in a wide smile. Then I got to draw Moss 3 more times, this time to show off 3 possible outfits. The first outfit is a nice comfy base with a hoodie that has a mushroom graphic on it and cargo pants. A good solid outfit that isn't too complicated but has character, and would be something I would wear. I also gave my frogsona the cane that I use, because if I do get the chance to actually wear this as a fursuit, I'd be using a mobility aid, so my OC deserves a mobility aid as well. My next frogsona outfit is reminiscent of the outfit I gave the deersona concept at the beginning of this video, overalls, although this time over a t-shirt over a long sleeve, another style I wear often. Finally, I gave Moss the outfit that they were wearing in the first concept sketch, and the outfit that the Raven Cat gremlin specifically complimented when reviewing my sona options, a lovely little waistcoat, poet shirt, and plaid pants. And with that, I can finally start on the line art, which, given how long the script section about the sketch is, will probably have already started in the video. I gave myself a shortcut when it came to drawing the frog's antlers, drawing the line out for them once and then just copy-pasting them onto every version and resizing as needed. That way the shape stays consistent and I don't have to draw this many neat prongs. The rest of the line art is fairly standard, with thicker outlines and thinner details, as is my regular style these days. Since I talked so long about the sketch layer, I think I can speed through the line art a bit and get onto the colouring. Naturally, as this is my fursona, the main colour palette will be green, which, helpfully for a frog, is not unnatural, although of course fursona colours don't have to match the chosen species. While normally in my art I colour clothing and details before I colour skin, because this is a frog and not a person, it was rather important for me to know how the skin colour would look with the rest of the design first. Moss's main body is a fairly light grass green, with an even lighter green under their chin, on their belly, and on their upper arms and thighs. I also added lighter green freckles to their cheeks as a fun little detail. The transitions between light and grass green around the arms and legs are also speckly, to make the differences smoother without using feathering. The other mainstays of Moss's design, the antlers, mushroom hat, and eyes, were not green for contrast. The mushroom hat is an iconic red and white toadstool with white gills on the underside. The antlers are a standard brown, and the eyes large and shiny black, my favourite type of eyes for frogs to have. All these base design colours are also sampled in the middle of the character sheet for future reference. Finally, the inside of the frog's mouth is dark red, and their wings are a translucent dark brown like a cicada's wings. I usually use cicadas as my wing reference, I really like how the segments look. Green re-enters the drawing as I start colouring Moss's clothing. At first I was worried that having a green skin sona also wearing green wouldn't have enough differentiation between body and cloth, but Moss's skin is light enough that dark greens work well on them. I started with their overalls outfit, making the overalls a dark forest green. Their t-shirt is plain black and layered over a stripy long sleeve. This outfit is the most alternative of Moss's outfits, with the layered look, stripes, and a spiky choker around Moss's neck. Next, I drew Moss's formal waistcoated outfit. Again, I'm utilizing dark shades of green to work with the Sona's skin, layered over a pale off-white for the shirt and cravat. The waistcoat is dark green, even darker than the overalls wore, and the plaid pants are a natural shade of brown which goes with the green very well. Finally, I colored Moss's final, comfy outfit. The first step was making the line art of the mushroom graphic pale to contrast the future hoodie color, which of course is green. The cargo pants are shockingly not green, but instead black, and the final touch was to color Moss's cane in brown. This is a bit of a different video to normal, me just talking about my own Fursona OC, but I feel like it's a rite of passage for an artist to make a Fursona at some point, and some recent conversations I had with friends made me think that some point was now. I hope you enjoyed the creation of Moss, and stay tuned for a project I'm really excited about that will be revealed in 2 weeks' time. Until then, bye!